Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Today is Sunday, November 1st, 2020. CNN report. Texas Supreme Court denies GOP-led petition seeking to invalidate nearly 127,000 votes in Houston area. The Texas Supreme Court denied a petition Sunday by a group of Republicans seeking to invalidate nearly 127,000 drive-thru votes in Harris County, while a similar case awaits a decision in federal court just 2 days before Election Day. This is the second time in recent weeks the all-Republican Supreme Court in Texas has blocked attempts to dismantle drive-thru voting there. The court did not issue an opinion with the ruling.
Fox report. Denver DA's husband hit with arson charges after being accused of violating fire ban near wildfire. The husband of Denver's powerful district attorney Beth McCann has been accused of violating a county fire ban near the large East Troublesome wildfire. Christopher Linsmeyer, 68, was charged with 12 counts of fourth-degree arson, a misdemeanor, after deputies with the Grand County Sheriff's Office said they were called to his residence in Kremling, Colo, on Tuesday and found a dozen unattended slash piles actively burning on the property.
Al Jazeera report. American voter, Youssef Osman. U.S. President Donald Trump and his Democratic challenger Joe Biden are battling for the presidency in a sharply divided United States. Trump has been focusing on law and order. Biden has been trying to strike a conciliatory note. The Black Lives Matter movement, and whether Trump will release his taxes are among the many issues Americans will consider when choosing their president. As the hotly contested election approaches, Al Jazeera has been speaking to voters across the U.S. asking 9 questions to understand who they are supporting and why.
Deutsche Welle report. Coronavirus Digest. England's lockdown could last more than a month. With a virus this malignant, and with its capacity to move so quickly, it would be foolish to predict with absolute certainty what will happen in 4 weeks' time, UK Cabinet Minister Michael Gove told Sky News. We're going to review it on the 2nd of December, but we're always driven by what the data says. On Saturday, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced a strict new lockdown would take effect across England from Thursday.
Deutsche Welle report. Kashmir. Indian forces kill top militant commander. Indian police confirmed on Sunday that a top militant commander was killed by security forces in Indian-administered Kashmir. Saifullah Mir was commander of the Hizbul Mujahideen, the oldest and largest militant group operating in the Kashmir region. He was killed in a gun battle, Indian police said. It is a major success for the security forces' fight against militancy in the region, Inspector General of Police Vijay Kumar said.
Fox report. Portland anti-capitalism protest declared riot after windows smashed, cops targeted. Police declared a march against capitalism and police violence a riot in Portland, Oregon, after demonstrators smashed the windows of businesses and threw projectiles at cops. The damage was caused during the Capitalism is Scary march that began around 7:15 p.m. Saturday from Irving Park, Oregon Live reported. But as the group marched south to Portland's convention center, some of the protesters smashed the windows of buildings, including a bank, a real estate agency, 2 phone company stores, a hotel, and a Starbucks, the outlet reported.
Al Jazeera report. Asylum seekers in limbo look to U.S. election with hope and fear. Medellin, Colombia, when José Luis Pino walks outside in Ciudad Juárez, Mexico, he is too scared to speak. After spending more than 1 year on Mexico's border with the United States, the 38-year-old asylum seeker has learned that migrants like him are easy prey for the drug gangs and traffickers that reign over the region. His Venezuelan accent is like a target stuck to his chest. Anyone can attack you, extort you, he said.
CNN report. Trump criticizes lockdowns in Europe as COVID-19 cases surge on the continent and in U.S. President Donald Trump on Sunday harshly criticized strict lockdowns coming to some European countries to combat the coronavirus pandemic, claiming the restrictions are ineffective as cases surge both there and in the U.S. Europe imposed draconian lockdowns and cases were surging and deaths were surging, but think of it, draconian. Now they have to do it all over again. What the hell are they doing? I think I'll go over and explain it to them, Trump said at a rally in Michigan.
Fox report. Southeast continues cleanup after Zeta, Atlanta mayor declares state of emergency. Atlanta's mayor has declared a state of emergency as cleanup from Tropical Storm Zeta continues across the southeast, according to reports. Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms followed the example of several governors, including Alabama Gov. Kay Ivey and Louisiana Gov. John Bell Edwards, who had issued state of emergency orders ahead of Zeta's arrival. Bottoms signed the executive order to speed up recovery efforts, with 357 trees knocked down within Atlanta city limits, at least 60 of which hit power lines, Fox Atlanta reported.
Al Jazeera report. Learning to learn during a pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic has sparked the largest disruption of education in history, exacerbating existing inequalities in education access. According to UNESCO, around 1.6 billion learners have been affected by school closures implemented worldwide in an effort to stop the spread of the virus. The negative consequences of school closures are numerous. Decades of progress in education are at risk of being lost, with severe consequences for all learners, particularly for girls.
CNN report. Epstein donations force resignation at International Peace Organization. The president of an international think tank has resigned following revelations that he accepted a loan from accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein and secured $650,000 in donations from foundations linked to Epstein for the Peace Organization. The International Peace Institute, based across the street from the United Nations, announced that diplomat Tarye Rød-Larsen had apologized to the Institute's board and resigned as president and CEO on Thursday.
CNN report. Thai king addresses protesters in rare public comments, saying he loves them all the same. As mass anti-government protests build across Thailand and calls for reform of the monarchy grow, King Maha Vajiralongkorn has called his country the land of compromise, suggesting there may be a way out of the months-long political impasse. The Thai king made his first public comments on the pro-democracy demonstrations that have gripped the country for more than 4 months in an exclusive rare joint interview with CNN and Channel 4 News during a royal function at the Grand Palace in Bangkok on Sunday.
Deutsche Welle report. Mourners kiss coronavirus infected bishop at Montenegro funeral. Mourners largely ignored safety rules, said Montenegro's daily newspaper Vijesti, reporting on last rites for Bishop Amfilohi Radovic that culminated at his funeral in Podgorica's Serbian Orthodox Cathedral on Sunday. The pro-Serb cleric contracted COVID-19 in early October after backing opposition parties in an August election intent on forming a new government to oust President Milo Djukanovic's pro-Western Democratic Party of Socialists (DPS).
Fox report. Turkey earthquake death toll tops 57, 70-year-old pulled out alive from rubble. Izmir, Turkey. Rescue workers extricated a 70-year-old man from a collapsed building in western Turkey on Sunday, some 34 hours after a strong earthquake in the Aegean Sea struck Turkey and Greece, killing at least 57 people and injuring more than 900. It was the latest series of remarkable rescues after the Friday afternoon earthquake, which was centered in the Aegean northeast of the Greek island of Samos.
BBC report. Lyon attack. Suspect in Orthodox priest shooting released. The prosecutor's office said it found no evidence of the man's involvement, suggesting the gunman could still be at large. The shooting happened when the priest was closing his church on Saturday. He was seriously injured. Officials have opened an investigation for attempted murder. Reports have suggested a possible personal motive. Prosecutors said they were keeping all hypotheses open. The shooting in Lyon happened at about 16 o'clock local time, 15:00 GMT.
BBC report. Coronavirus. Spain's funeral homes strike as cases rise. Unions say more staff are needed to prevent the delay in burials that was seen during the first wave of the pandemic in March. Europe is grappling with a second wave as cases and deaths continue to rise. A number of countries have introduced new measures such as curfews and lockdowns to try and bring infection rates down. Workers at funeral homes across Spain took part in a strike on Sunday. The strike came on All Saints' Day, when families usually visit the graves of loved ones.
BBC report. Ivory Coast election. Opposition demands civil transition. Pascal Affi N'Guessan and Henri Conan Bédier say it was illegal for President Alassane Ouattara to stand for a third term as it broke rules on term limits. But the president's supporters dispute this, citing a constitutional change in 2016 which they say means his first term effectively did not count. Vote counting is still underway. At least 16 people have been killed since riots broke out in August after President Ouattara said he would run again following the sudden death of his preferred successor.
Thank you for watching 5 p.m. recap. To be notified, you can subscribe our channel and activate the bell.